Yeah, this is 106. Okay. Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 106. I'm Michael Flix.
And I'm Redd, your auntie's favorite nephew.
Got a very special guest, Isabel. We appreciate you joining us this week. How you doing?
Good. Thanks.
Oh, are you excited to be on the show?
I am excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
Nervous? How so?
I don't know, because you guys be like, random shit sometimes comes up. We don't know what's going to come up. I'll be fine.
We kumbaya on TikTok.
I don't kumbaya. It's just my random conversation.
Are you excited to be here, though?
I'm excited to be here. I think it's dope here.
So excited.
Other than, you knowing the both of us, actually, what made you, want to...
I love you guys' conversations. I be sitting in the corner like, I want to say something all the time. And then I watch your episodes and then I call him because he'll tell me after the episode what happened a little bit, but then I'll give my 2 cents after I watch it. I'll be like, you said blah 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 and you said blah blah blah.
She goes back, I just have to remind myself it's the podcast.
For those that don't know, Isabel is Redd's girlfriend, so if you see any of that dynamic, it'll be clear to see throughout the show, I'm sure. But we appreciate you joining us this week, Isabel. How y'all been doing? How was your week? How was your Halloween? How's your inbox looking? How y'all doing? I guess I can't ask y'all how your inbox doing yet.
Well, on the busy side, my inbox dry as hell. Mm-hmm. I ain't getting shit. What did we do this week? Thursday went to Aja. Mm-hmm. That was they final who y'all before they closed down. Friday I went to Camels. We went to Camels. Saturday I had a photo shoot. I stayed in the house, and then Sunday I didn't do shit.
I don't remember Sunday. What did I do?
Oh, it was May's birthday.
Oh, that's right. The week hustled, worked, grinded, and then Friday for Halloween we went, like you said, we went to Camels. I went out the next day. I went to Sinful Sundays at Bang. So I did that, got dressed up, went to that, and then Sunday it was my kid's birthday. That was it.
My week was pretty cool. My Halloween was chill. I didn't really do much. I went outside. I think I went outside the day. No, not the day of. Yeah, I did. I took my kids to a church festival thing, and then I went and worked, and then I hung out with some friends that got a drink. There was way more people out for this Halloween than I feel like it's been in a long time. It looked like there were more people. It looked like there were more people outside for Halloween than there was for New Year's. Yeah. It was crazy.
They shut the streets down. I heard it was so insane packed downtown. We didn't go out downtown. We were out somewhere else, but I heard downtown was nuts. So
I went to Blue Cabana. Excuse me. I went to Blue Cabana first, and then me and a couple of friends went to North Park, and after we left North Park, we probably left out of the spot probably a little after midnight. Probably a little after 1, and some dude got jumped by 5 or 6 dudes. They left him. Yeah, they left him unconscious, landing on the sidewalk. It was bad, and it was mad people outside then. And then so I when I'm spending time downtown, I sleep downtown. I got a little spot I sleep at, and just going there. I went walking to get a Gatorade. And I was like, let me go look at 5th real quick. It was bananas out there. I was I didn't even walk all the way up to 5th. I was I'm not even gonna get all into the whole scrum and all of that. And then the content that I seen from Chula Vista, Chula Vista was packed. A couple of kids got killed in Chula Vista on Halloween. It was crazy, bro. It made me happy that I didn't try to go and rush and be a part of anything. Blue Cabana was a small thing. And it was let's get out the way and go to North Park. I'm glad I wasn't a part of nothing that was big and crazy.
Yeah, Chula Vista gets crazy. I mean, I live in Chula Vista, so I was there during the trick-or-treating time or whatever. So it was packed then, but yeah, those house parties are insane.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween. My dad being a minister and then becoming a pastor, I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween. And even now, like I said, I only take my kids. My younger son, he's 5. I don't think he's ever been trick or treating. Mm. And my older son, he's 9. I think the last time he went trick or treating, he was maybe 4.
So they don't dress up or anything?
No, they dress up, but it's never anything demonic or scary or nothing like that. My kids were, my 5-year-old was Sonic, and then my older son was Spider-Man.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, we do the trunk or treat at the church, something wholesome. I just don't, I'm a Christian, I speak about that, but I I never celebrated Halloween, and I never really planned to like celebrate it like that, you know what I mean? So even if I do like dress up and like go to a party or something like that, it's like I kind of treat it like Columbus Day. I don't really celebrate Columbus, but if they giving us the day off work and somebody's getting together for some food, I'm gonna go eat the food, but I'm not really celebrating Columbus Day, you know what I mean? Type of thing. So, but yeah, I had a good time this past week. Got a couple new clients. Just started talking back to the radio station. The Chris and Gwen show. I'm gonna have my basketball segment back on the radio station come basketball season. So yeah, just getting things. Trying to end this fourth quarter. Trying to go hard this fourth quarter, man, and set my 2026 up the right way. So
that's the way I'm doing. Do it too. Yeah. Trying to start off right.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Speaking of it being the fourth quarter, do y'all kind of like as soon as Halloween's over, y'all like in the Christmas spirit, or do you kind of wait till like later on?
Ryan, are you in the Christmas spirit?
I don't just keep it real. It is not religious purposes. It's not any type purposes. I really don't celebrate none of that shit.
Okay,
like
unless, like I said, with her or with family. And I always say to people like, "Oh, what did you get?" I have nothing against. It's just like. When I have been on my own, because I've been on my own for so long, it's just me. So, like, I don't really do, like, I might go get some on Thanksgiving, but I'm not really into the whole celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving.
So before being on your own, were you into it?
Yeah. Okay. But I think as I got older and I started making my own money, I was like, I ain't gonna do all of this.
So do you think... So it sounds like you're saying it's a combination of getting older and being on your own. Yeah. Do you think while getting older, if you had community and family around you, do you think you'd still celebrate it the same?
Like I said, I participated with her. And okay. They go, oh my God. Christmas last year, they showed out. Like, they was giving, everybody was getting all these fancy gifts, and when it was time for me to give her gift, they was like, oh. I'm like, the judgment.
He said the judgment.
I'm talking about everybody getting these big ass gifts and shit. I'm like, well, I can help with. I can pay a light bill or something. I'm like, oh God.
So Christmas came last year really quick. He came last year. It was our first Christmas together. And he was like, I was like, okay, so my family has a Christmas party. Like, we're going to go to the Christmas party. So he was over. We're getting dressed. Like, this is my aunts, my uncles, like the whole family, right? And my kids are like, do I look good? You know, like, what should I wear? Like, we're getting dressed. He was already sitting on the bed. My daughter walked in, looks at him,
and then looks at her and goes, like you me, no, that's me, and you her, you Isabel, and that's me. Looks at me, goes, is he wearing that? I'm like I ain't shit, like I ain't him. I was like.
So then we go to the Christmas party. He walks in the door, and he was like, oh, I didn't know you guys got down like this. And I was like, I told you. Like, I tried to tell you. He was like, oh, I didn't know. Like, then...
And then now every time I got to ask, is there a dress code before we go to your mama's house? Because I don't need nobody giving me no shit.
Well, what did you have on?
Something simple. I can't remember what I had on.
It wasn't even like this with his jewelry is more dressed up than he was.
I was very simple because, like I said, holidays, like back home and stuff, ain't nobody dressing up.
Had you met her family before that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were almost a year at that point.
We had done holidays.
Like I say, don't let it be a whole first impression of you coming in a sweatsuit.
Love me. It's funny because
that's what's up.
They check on me before they check on her.
That's why he be chilling like that. He's like, oh, I'm already good. Okay.
They be like, hey, did Ryan eat today? You better lay off Ryan. Ryan in nursing school. You need to back up.
That's the best. Oh, y'all making me miss being in a relationship.
Shit crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, I think he was the only, we had dinner the other night for my kid's birthday, and you were the only one that got leftovers sent home. You're the only one that got leftovers.
Your mama packed the party?
No, she didn't. She didn't give no one else leftovers.
She know I'm a struggling nursing school student.
I said, she even packed you up the damn chips.
I didn't tell you, she made me a plate. I didn't even tell you she made me a plate when we got there.
Oh, see.
I didn't ask her to make me a plate. I was like doing my thing. She like, you want some beans? Give me that.
That's just love.
I know, because she ain't, you know, growing up, but well, I ain't gonna say growing up black. I say in my household, when you show up, you just serve. Like, you just eat. Like, if you gonna sit in the shadows, I guess you just gonna starve. So, like, growing, coming to her family and stuff, I ain't looking for her to serve me. So I'm gonna get it. Her mama was like giving her this look like, you just gonna let him serve himself?
That's a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a cultural thing, because in my household, they'd be like, I guess your asses ain't gonna eat then.
It's not, I guess maybe it is a requirement then. I was about to say it's not a requirement for my girl to make my plate, but if my girl doesn't want, if she doesn't want to make my plate, then it's like for what?
I mean, in a family environment, or in one-on-one, because if we one-on-one and I'll cook for him and I'll serve him at home. I'll be like, here, I'll make you some food and be like, do you want me to serve you? I'll serve him if he wants me to serve him, but if not, it's like, all right.
So if my girl is cooking and the food is ready, I would
expect her to serve you.
Yeah, I was trying to find a different word other than expect, but
right.
I would expect her to make my plate, even if she's sitting on the counter and for me to come and grab it. I would expect her to make my plate.
That's right.
And then like a group setting, like a family get together or something, I would expect my girl to make my plate.
Really?
That's what I don't, because
it wouldn't be a big deal if she didn't, but I would expect her to. Yeah.
But see, me, the way my brain thinks is like, I might not want what she put on there.
I know he's a picky eater.
So I'm like, don't be putting all that shit on.
Hey, but I'm also the type that, when I was married, my ex would tell me hey, I'm not making no plates today. I'd be like, all right, no doubt, and I would make my plate and her plate. You know what I'm saying? And that was probably, if we go to, out of 10 get-togethers we go to, that would happen maybe 2 out of 10. So, but I don't think that's wrong. And it's sort of my girl would expect me to take out the trash, or it's certain things that, and if she wanted to do it herself, it wouldn't be a big deal. She would just take the trash out. But what she expect me to do, she expect me to take the trash out. I would expect my girl to make my plate, I understand, I understand how it sounds, because even saying it, I was trying to find different words for it.
No, if I make food and he's ready to eat, I will make him his plate. I get the expectation, but there's a lot of times I'll cook and he's like, I'm going to eat later. So I'm like, well then, you can hook yourself up after. But if I'm cooking and it's dinner's done, I'll make your plate, I'll make my plate. You know what I mean? That I can understand that expectation. I guess in the family sense, ooh, my aunts be getting mad. They're like, you better serve him. Did you serve him? You better serve him. And I like to I like to ride that line a little bit. So I'll be like, he knows where it's at. And I like to ruffle their feathers too. Okay. So I kind of get a little bit just on purpose on that.
Her auntie and them love me too. They pretty much roll out the red.
It's usually like that for me when I'm dating a girl. I just look at the whole making a plate thing as
I think it's a way of love. It's a love language. It's a love language.
And 1,000%. And then I also look at that of if you won't make my plate, what else won't you do for me? That's something. It's not a big deal. And a woman could easily say, if it's not a big deal, then get your ass up and make your own plate. All right, cool. But I look at it as if you won't make my plate, then what else won't you do? Just in the same token, if my girl were to be like, my nigga, if you won't take my trash out, what else won't you do for me?
I can see that too. That'd be a big first impression. Let's say you have this person over and then you're like, okay, go eat your food. I'd be like, what? So.
Hold on, say that again?
Let's say you were dating a girl the very first time, she makes food, and then she tells you to go serve yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? It'd be like, okay, yeah, we ain't gonna work.
On the tone, but then too, I think for me, it'd be more of a turn off if I was doing something, but we're both hey, can you make me plate real quick? And then they gotta snap back up. Hell no, make your, okay, heifer, all right, shit. You know what? That's usually where the issue is with it.
Say it like that?
Yeah, if it's you can make your own plate. It's yeah, I can.
I was read the like I said.
But why you gotta come with all of that?
Yeah, it's kind of well.
This is interesting. I never really thought about it as a guy actually having an expectation.
And I don't know any of my female friends that are on that type of time, but you see that it's more so on the TikTok and this new generation of just being courteous to the opposite sex is looked at as a form of submissive slavery. I've seen videos I ain't doing this.
It's a big word of saying it
but that's how they treat it. They're I ain't no submissive. It's look, I'm not saying I own you. Just can I get a plate? Please, thank you.
And then also a lot of times on the flip side, if you're quote unquote submissive in certain ways as a man, then you're looked at like you simping. I've probably listeners of the show probably, bro, we know you say it all the time, but like I hold doors and I pull out chairs and I hold doors and I do all of that stuff. And I feel like that's, I guess you could call it being submissive to a girl, but it's like that's how you take care of the woman that's sharing space with you and sharing time with you.
I feel like that, I think that boils down to that's if that's what makes you comfortable, then obviously do what makes you comfortable. Like, I don't look at it like simping.
I don't think that's simping.
I just think we all got different styles of how we show up. And, like, the only issue I always had is the ones that's like, when the guys or the girls be like, this is how it's supposed to be. If he don't do this, then leave him. Or ladies, if this man don't do this, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to just leave my ass today because I ain't doing shit. Because I think it just goes back to the whole, like, everybody's different. Mm-hmm. Every relationship is different. So
I think there are certain standards though and expectations. Like I mean, like you holding the door and you.
But that's just a courteous thing. I hold the door for it. Like if I'm walking, I'm not gonna let the door slam in nobody's face. I'm like, I got you.
It's little things I look for too, though. Like if I'm dating somebody, you don't do this, but if I date somebody, I'm gonna look how far do you walk with me? Do you walk in front of me? Do you walk behind me? Like where are you in my walking perimeter?
You line up now. If you walking like a golden girl, I'm gonna be like.
I've tested you. I purposely walk slow just to see if you're gonna slow yourself down and wait for me.
If we on the go,
and did he?
Yeah. He'll kind of like he'll just start walking.
But now if I'm like we gotta be somewhere, and she trying to be funny, I guess I'm just gonna leave you.
I've never done that like that.
That's something that I have to consciously do is like slow down and because I'm a fast walker.
Match the pace.
Yeah, and especially like for the last like a little over 3 years now, I've been going and doing everything by myself. So I'm just going where I'm going. And so like I've had to catch actually.
When you're with a girl?
Yeah,
you just be walking past them?
Not walking past them, but I'm just like, I mean, if I'm holding your hand, of course I can't walk ahead of you. But like I'm my high school crush actually got to take her.
This high school crush comes up often, and I just want to know.
Shout out to you.
She has been played in your podcast, but go ahead.
I took her on a date. And the first date I took her on, she was like, "Dan, you want to slow down?" Like, "Dan, I ain't trying to walk that fast." I was like, "My bad." Like literally. And I was like, as soon as she said it, I was like bonehead. Like, how would you let that happen? But I'm just so used to just
walking.
Yeah.
I think that's been the hardest transition for me, and like, not just this relationship, but any relationship. It's just like when you're so used to doing stuff, especially being on your own, you kind of forget. So just like not on purpose. But you forget somebody's there, so you might not check in or like you say, you walk fast. You're like, oh shit, I forgot you back there. Let me slow it down a little bit.
It's perfect. While we're talking about dating, I didn't write this down. I didn't send it to y'all, but I wanted to talk about it. So I put there's a content creator. He's an actor as well, but there's a content creator. I forget his last name. His name is Joshua something or other. He does those videos where it's like, I was with this 10 out of 10 or this 8 out of 5 the other day, right? I don't know if y'all seen his videos, but he was Joy Taylor, the sports commentator girl. He was on her podcast and he was basically saying how like it never fails for him, how like he approaches a woman and he gives her a compliment, and based on how she receives the compliment will let him know if she wants more conversation. He was like, and you can't lose because if you don't get more conversation, you didn't play yourself. You gave her a compliment and you walked away. And if it works out, you gave her a compliment, you get more conversation, you get the number, and now you good. And that's what I do. And so I put it in not on the Michael Flix page, but on my personal account. I put it in the story and I was like, oh, Joshua, all in my bag. And a girl that I'll be honest. A girl that I took on a couple dates, she was like, "Oh no, please don't do that. That's like, that's not the way to do it." And I was like,
"What?"
Yeah.
So she was saying like, it's not the way to do it is to give a compliment and then see where they're at.
Yeah, and this is why I brought it up. Because she said there's times when guys that she finds attractive that she might potentially be interested in, they'll come up and give her a compliment, and she'll frown at them.
Why?
That's what I said. I was like, that's a rude thing to do. She was like, I don't know, maybe it's like a hard exterior that I've developed, or like a defense mechanism that I have. And I was like, listen, I'm not a woman, so I can't relate to the defense that you feel you need to put up, but that's a rude thing to do. She was like, she's like, I'm not a rude person. I was like, call it what she was like, I was really nice to you. And I was like, yeah, you were really nice to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten your number and we would have never went on a date. You were absolutely nice to me. But what I'm saying is, if a man walks up to you and like, he's like, oh, you're really pretty today, or like, I really like your hair, your outfit, whatever compliment he gives you, for you to then meet that with a frown, that's rude. I was like, and I told her, I was like, I don't think that makes you a rude person overall.
Yeah.
But it absolutely, I was like, if I tell one lie, it doesn't make me a liar, but it does mean that I told a lie.
Yeah.
So if you frown, yes, my nigga, that's rude.
I think some women are just really not able to take compliments, and it makes them, like, it's hard for them to take a compliment. And I think that's something they have to look at, honestly, as a woman, like, and working with other women. If you have a hard time taking a compliment, that's something you might have to sit with and ask yourself why. Honestly, that's a self-worth issue in my head. Like, as a life coach, if somebody says that, I'm like, immediately I'm gonna go, okay, you got some worth issues you gotta work on. Like, why is it hard? However, there's different types of compliments. So, like, as a woman getting complimented from men, I think it's a great idea in one aspect to give a girl a compliment, because if a girl's interested, she's usually going to start the conversation, say thank you, go into play. But there are certain compliments that are very, they're just uncomfortable, right? So like on me, like one of the worst things for me, if a guy compliments my tattoos, I get cringe.
Because of where they are, just in general?
Where they are and in general. Like my whole arms are pretty much tatted, but I have a big tattoo on my like thigh and my leg.
So if a man compliments a tattoo on your arm, it's gonna make you cringe?
It's just like, I know at that point, like you've been studying me enough to like tie into the detail of the tattoo, and especially if you compliment my leg, which happens often, I'm like, you're staring at my legs enough to like, that's a dope tattoo you got on your thigh. Like,
that's why I didn't touch that. Like the one on your leg, like
there
that's
is certain compliments that you're like, but
see, you would have thought I was cringe, man. If I would have known, I'd be like, oh, that's dope. But then I would have just been like,
You did, but we were also hanging out. But the point,
I'm just saying, if I was a stranger, though.
I don't know what.
I'm just saying, I would have been very nonchalant with mine, and then it probably would have confused
you. You came up to me nonchalant when we first met.
I was on that hendo. Hey, all my morals. What my uncle say? I got morals. They just low as hell. All the legitimate shit out the window.
Okay, I'm so intrigued now. I'm so intrigued. So where did y'all meet and how did y'all meet?
I don't know who followed who first.
So it started.
Started in the DMs.
It started in the DMs.
Because I had posted when I was fucking with the block party. When I was taking pictures, I made a
reel,
a sponsored reel or some shit, and she had reached out.
No, I think I followed him after the reel. He followed me back. Then he posted something in the story about having a photo shoot or looking for a model. And at that point, I was taking pictures. So I was like, hey, what's a photo shoot about? I'm interested. And then we just talked about the photo shoot. There was no flirting. There was nothing. It was just, here's my photo shoot idea, blah, 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 blah. And then recently, I thought, like, in his text messages, like, because later on he was, like, hearting things and he was liking things. And I was like, dude, what's this guy doing? Like, what, like, is he interested
or not?
not?
Doing nothing.
And he said he wasn't, but I was like, you're giving me weird vibes.
Cause I was, like, back in the streets.
But, yeah. So then I got invited to the block party, actually, by Yeah Man. Like, he invited me to the block party. He had come into my DMs and said, come to the block party, whatever. So I went to the block party. And I told him, hey, I'm going to go to the block party. And he's like, hey, I'm going to be there too. And I was like, cool. I never met him in person. It was already about a month and a half of just texting, like just random texts. And so then he came up and was like
as she's talking to Yeah Man, I told you I'm liquored up. I'm like, hey, what's up? You know?
He literally took me by the waist and like
cancel that whole
He
conversation.
didn't even come in for a hug. He like scooped me in the waist and like brought me in, and I was like, usually I'd be like, hold up a second, get back.
But you was like, hey.
I was a couple drinks in too. So then like I was like, okay, like I kind of like this, all right. And then that's it. And then after a couple, like he was just like hanging. He would come and check in, and we talk. But again, that was another month of just.
I wasn't making no moves.
He wasn't making no moves for about 2 months.
Sober me, I ain't make no moves.
He would be like, you want to get dinner? You want to hang out?
You want to kick it?
Yeah. No moves.
That was it.
No trying to hug, no trying to kiss, nothing. Just pure hanging out.
Messed her whole head up because she like, why he ain't tried me yet?
Was that intentional game? Was that just who you are?
Honestly, energetically, I just wasn't, because
He didn't know what he wanted.
that, and I think coming out of a relationship, I was just like, and even before that, like that relationship, I had this whole, I don't want to say transformation, but I had like came into this where I wasn't just trying to get it in all the time. So like when me and her met, it was like, okay, I'm chilling, roll the dice wherever it goes, but it wasn't like, oh no, what's the quickest I can crack?
No, but he would do things like he would like rub your leg, or like he would do stuff where you're like, what are you doing? Like,
Time out. Why was it, what are you doing?
because he wasn't trying to hook up. He wasn't even trying to like hold a hand. He wasn't even trying to kiss. He wasn't trying to like scoop in, but he would touch and like graze. Like,
When did that start? How soon in did that start?
we told you our first time how we hung out, like the first night.
We went to,
So he was rubbing your leg like that the first night?
I wouldn't like I wouldn't give you like a full.
That's why Arlene left.
That's why
She was like, I'm gonna let you guys have this night. Enjoy yourself.
Nothing happened.
But y'all was both tipsy that night.
Yeah. Nothing happened.
I wasn't inquiring about that. It sounds like you were saying throughout the course of y'all hanging out, he would never like try to hold your hand or kiss you or nothing, but just like randomly rub your leg. I'm saying it was always that way. Which, okay.
For like the next month or so, it was like that.
Maybe my guys are trying to be a gentleman.
I don't know, but I mean, at that point, I was like, look, I ain't gonna clear my roster if I don't know what this is. Like, it's like,
I feel it.
I was like, I don't give a shit.
I was like, I don't know what we doing. But then once we connected, that was like, okay, I'm here.
See, I'm kind of that way too. I'm slow playing it with like the kissing and like that type of like intimacy or that type of PDA. But if in my brain, if you've agreed to come out on a date with me and this is like our second and third date, then I'm scooting in, I'm putting my arm around you, I got a hand on the knee, on the leg or something, because I'm showing you like, yo, I like you and I want to keep doing this. I'm not going to try to kiss unless like the moment is like clear that like this is what's about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. He, like you said.
But no, I've been told that by women too. Like, do you even like me? Because it's like you kind of like. I mean, I have fun when I'm with you, but it don't really seem.
We
like
never had the conversation like that though. Like it just happened after it happened, and we were like, I'm kind of cool. I was glad that I got to know him that way. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, she's saying, I don't know.
What?
She got to see the behind the scenes before she got to see the on stage version of me, which is two different people. Well, you know how that is. I'm two opposite people.
What are you talking about? I met you at the block party. You were on stage.
Yeah, but you didn't. That was camera. That was
y'all was kind of, but y'all was also kind of like communicating before that too.
Yeah, that was camera Redd. That wasn't MC Redd. If you would have met me as the MC Redd before all of this, you probably would have been like.
No, you got into that when we've been.
Yeah, so, because.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, I think it probably seeing me before that made it an easier trip.
Have you noticed any differences in him as he's become the MC and gotten more and more popular? Oh, I love it. Tell me about it. Because my loved one, there hasn't been like a.
I'm like, I don't know. Do I even say it?
I'll say it for you.
I'm curious because there hasn't been. I mean, there was one girl that I dated, but there hasn't been like a consistent woman that like knew me kind of like
through it
before. Like all the women that I've met now, they've known me. They like I was already. This sounds cocky, but I don't mean it to. I was already Michael Flix when they met me.
Yeah, I get that.
But like my brothers and like people that met me before I was a photographer, they've seen me at games and like walking around gyms and like my brothers, I'm like, yo, you a different nigga when you got that camera in your hand, bro. You walk different, like the way you engage with people is different. Yeah. So that's why I asked.
I love it. I honestly will be really honest. Like when I watch him do his thing, I love it. I think it is so cool to watch him flip the switch and do what he does. I think he does it really well. I think he's really good at it, and it's a cool thing to watch. I laugh because it's an act to me. Like, no offense, but it is to a part. And so, like, when he be, girl, I see you carrying that. Like, he's saying all this stuff. I'm just like, okay, it's funny to me. And I don't know, I like it. But there's also, like, you know, a different side of him. And so I guess there's a completely polar opposite of that. And I guess watching him, I don't know, like, it's been interesting watching. Yeah, I've seen differences in him through the process of it all.
Like, she's
100%.
seen the transition. She saw where I started with the block party. She saw the fallouts with the people at the block party. She saw the miscommunication.
I've seen everything.
She's seen the good. She's seen, like, the trying to figure it out. She's seen the...
I've seen you growth. I think that's the biggest thing. If he's asking, like, what's the difference? It's like watching you grow. Yeah. I think you've grown a lot. I think he's gotten more serious than when I first met him. I mean, that's the best way. I think you've become more serious, but not in a bad way. In just, like, he's gotten more serious with, like, what his goals are, what he's doing, your focus.
She's literally seen me turn it on in, like, a heartbeat.
What's it like? What is it like, and what are some of the challenges of dating the handsome, popular MC guy?
What am I, just on nothing?
We can get to that in a minute.
You gonna get your...
What's it like dating him?
Well, I'm not dating him, but dating a guy that's handsome and popular, and that a lot of women may want and like.
It's funny. I don't get intimidated. Like, I'm so not, like, I think people are surprised. Like, he's told stories where people look at me and they look at him like, you ain't gonna do nothing? And I'm like, nah, like, he's literally ran out. Like, I've seen women chase him in the clubs, and he's looking at me like, help me. And I'm like, no, you got this. You single tonight. Like, you on your shit. Like, this is you. I'm gonna let them chase you. And I just laugh. But so I'm honestly, like, not bothered by any, because at the night, like, I'm like, you're coming home. Like, we're coming back. We're coming home together. Like, I know, like, I'm like ride or die. Like, I know what our relationship is like. That I'm like, that none of that, like, affects me. None of that bothers me. It's kind of funny, actually, at times, because I see it more than he sees it. Meaning, I'll see women do stuff more to him. Like, he's so in his zone, he doesn't pick up on it. And, like, I'll be watching it. Like, there's times, like, I think a while back, I don't even know if you knew this, I was, like, sitting 2 booths down at the club. Like, I was in the booth, he was doing his MC stuff, and I was watching the girl all up. I was with another one of our friends, and we were just watching. I'm like, that girl is all up on him, but you don't feed it. So you never feed it. And then the photography thing, it's the same thing. You know how that is. You be taking photography and they,
The fact that's what threw me off, that I get, like, we talked about.
I've never had to check a girl, ever. I don't think I've ever checked a girl, have I? No, I've never had to check a girl. There was one girl that got me real mad.
I was about to say, I know there's got to be
there
one.
Was one girl. I was so... And
you talking about that roly-poly?
Which I'm talking about that one girl when we were doing last December. You were taking pictures at the brunch.
Oh, you talking about the girl?
And this girl was following.
You called the girl roly-poly?
No, see, I'm thinking about the roly-poly. I thought she was going to swing on.
I checked more. Okay, wait. Okay, you can tell the roly-poly in a second. So this girl was following him around all night, and she was like all up in his face.
No, but I was going to cuss that hell out.
And I got so mad. At one point, she looked at me and like rubbed on him and made a joke and got him to kind of respond to her. And she looked at me and was like looked me up and down like I just did that. And I was like, ooh, like I am ready to lose it. I had to walk outside. I had to breathe. I was on one that night. But no, what roly-poly?
When we was at SD Melanin.
Oh God! That one.
Shout out to SD Melanin.
Yeah. So we were at SD Melanin, and this girl again, getting his attention. He wasn't even on the mic. He was getting on. You were dancing and doing your stuff, and she was following. I said, this girl is literally like, this is what she's doing. Like, she's trying to get to you. And he was like, it's in your head. I was like, no, it's not. I'm like, she's grabbing onto me to twerk, to like get attention. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know you. Like, get your hands off me. Like, I'm all for like, but I'm like, I don't like your vibe. So I'm like, don't touch me. And this girl was doing just way too much. Finally, he did realize it. He was like, okay, like, she's trying really hard. And I was like, yeah. So we go to swag surf. We're in the swag surf.
It's actually on the clip.
Yeah, SD Melon didn't realize they caught it. So I was already hot because I was like, this girl needs to stay her distance. She needs to stay. I was already on that vibe. Like, she needs to stay away.
Kind of funny.
So I'm swag surf. I'm getting ready. So we're in the swag surf line, right? We're literally in the front row, and I'm standing next to him. This girl had the nerve to come up and be like, squeeze her little ass in between me and him and tell me to step back.
I told her,
You
I ain't
see?
Ricky Lake. I'll let you
He's
fight.
all like ready to, do his thing.
I like, hey, I got your 6. Is hey, if somebody, a dude step in, what we
You
doing?
see it on video of me going under. You see me going under the rope, and I'm just like, and I already the hoops are popping off, and I'm like, and what happened?
3rd grade slow. I'm like, what
I
happened?
think I blacked out. What happened at that point? You came over and said,
Like, you good? And then we got back to, we just
I
took a
was
little
hot.
breath and, woosawed and.
Yeah.
You said, I ain't Ricky Lake. I'm gonna let you fight. You good with your girl fighting when you outside?
"That's what you said too."
Because I felt like in that moment, and yeah, it was toxic, and it was a little messy, but I felt like in that moment, I was like, this heifer just got to get hit. Because we don't condone that type stuff, but watching her the whole night, like, I was paying attention to what she was doing. And it wasn't just me she was, like, trying to rub up
It
on. She
wasn't
literally
every
was,
guy.
like, it didn't matter if he played for the other team. She was trying to get his attention, too. She was trying to get every dude attention in there. And it was just like, girl, what's wrong with you? You finna mess around with the wrong one because, like, I get that you want to
Yeah,
be
but
seen.
So was it?
Let me get-
Hold on a second. So was it situational,
Yeah.
or was it just in general?
It was situational. Like, I'm not.
So in general, you're not good with your girl fighting outside.
Yeah, no, because I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's go get him. But it was just
You were okay with me fighting that night. You were 100% on board.
you gonna.
That's why I asked, because the way you said you was like, I got your 6, do your thing. I'm
But
like,
at that, because
I don't want my girl fighting.
But
I don't want my
in
girl
that
fighting
moment,
ever.
In that moment, absolutely. But on a regular, no. Like, we don't, because we.
What's a regular? I don't walk around hot-headed, ready to fight
No,
everybody.
I'm just saying, like, in that moment, she was doing too much, and she kept putting her hand on you.
So in
like,
that moment, I'd be
yeah, I'm
okay to
like,
fight.
One fish, blue fish, whatever. Yeah.
I feel like you'd let me get 1 or 2 swings in and then pull me back.
Yeah. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, I don't want my girl fighting ever,
No, but
ever. Like,
I
mean, it like ever. That's how I feel.
It would not.
I'm also the type that like we not playing defense. So if you feel like she finna pop it on you, and you know she finna pop it on you, then okay. But just in general, like no.
But
I feel like personally, I feel like fighting is for ugly girls.
she definitely was ugly.
I feel like fighting is for ugly girls. And
See, like me getting mad, but that's like an ugly girl move.
No. Everyone's gonna get. You're gonna have your emotions. You're gonna get mad. But to actually fight when you done got dressed and got pretty and got perfume and makeup on to go outside and then fight, like no, like that's one of my rules. Like, bro, if I put on cologne, I'm not trying to fight, bro. And I got on cologne all the time, so I'm never trying to fight. But if I feel like if it's something going on and I feel like this nigga finna set it on me, then I'm gonna set it on him before he set it on me. But I'm never in situations like that, so I shouldn't even have said that. But I'm saying I know how it gets with women, and I get that. But I'm saying in general, no, I never want my girl to fight. No. We'll leave before I want my girl to fight. No, fighting for ugly girls.
That was the only situation, and then the only situation I lost my shit on was I just didn't like how dude was rolling because we was leaving the spot, and the dude had like said something to her. He was like gave her like a compliment or something, which I wasn't tripping on.
That was not the worst that you've been. That was not the worst that you've been.
But in that moment, I got irritated because he said something slick to me, but he did it because he was with his boys, and he didn't think I was gonna say shit back, and that's what pissed me off because I'm like,
I know how that go.
you're only doing this because I'm like, as a man, how do you sleep at night as a man? Not just even in that situation, but like you only feel comfortable saying reckless stuff when you got people around you, but you won't say it by yourself. Like, how do you sleep at night? How do you look at your mama or your father and say, Yeah, I popped my shit off only because my boys was there. I ain't gonna pop my shit when I'm by myself, but I felt comfortable enough to say some reckless stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
But yeah.
Yeah, ready?
His own stories.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for them all. Y'all ready to get in a couple of these topics?
Yeah.
I kind of want to get in this first one because I feel like Redd got a lot of energy for it. The celebrity men not aging well. Ray J, Genuine, Birdman. It really. So this topic really came up after. So we didn't. To the listeners and the watchers, we didn't get to do an episode last week. I just got busy with stuff and then we couldn't get the timing right. But this topic came up because of the verses, the Cash Money versus No Limit verses. And you were talking about Birdman and how he was looking out there. And then also it made me think about, which I talked about when Kayla was here, Genuine and how he been looking, and then Ray J, how he's been looking, whether it's on a podcast appearance or whether he's just on social media. And it's like all of these like older dudes, these like celebrity dudes, we do have something like Jay-Z, like other dudes that are aging gracefully, but we got a bunch of them that's like they looking kind of interesting out here. And it seemed like you had a lot of passion about it.
Yeah, because I think it's one of those things, like, one thing my uncle, like I talk about my uncle, so yeah, my uncle's 66 years old, and one thing we've always talked about is like as you age, there has to be some sort of growth. Mm-hmm. So what you did 10 years ago, you shouldn't be doing 10 years prior unless it's like say you in the club, 10 years from now, maybe you own the club or whatever. But the thing with a lot of these guys is when they were young, Birdman ain't never been young when he came in. But I'm saying, like, these guys are still like, okay, we'll use Birdman. Birdman, 57 years old, still trying to gangbang. You're a millionaire, billionaire. You still trying to run around with all the young dudes. You run around with NBA Youngboy, and then you get on the stage, man, I started this, gonna be this. It's like, bro, you 60-something years old now. You sold all, you made all this money. Why are you trying to act like a tough guy? Or like these R&B dudes, they obviously don't go to the gym. They still trying to flip and do splits and lick their lips, and hips don't work like they used to. Abs ain't there no more. Dirty winding on the damn floor, can't even get up no more. You see Genuine fell off the stage. It's like,
there's that clip of RJ going around.
The only one that still one that still got it, even though he low key a drunk, is Keith Sweat. I mean, all he do is drink. He got on there and said, "My shit still work." Uh-huh. But I'm just saying, like, it just kind of shows you, like, and then like you say, you compare Jay-Z and you compare some of these other ones. You see, as they got older, they matured. They wasn't talking about and doing the same thing they did 10, 20 years ago. And then some of these guys, money or not, they're still trying to chase that dream when they was 21. Like, it's like you can't do it. Like, as much as I love KC and JoJo, there's a Mother's Day clip on VH1. It was him and Devontae. They was singing. This is like years ago before he got his act together. But he's still over there trying to gyrate his hips and lick his lips, and the crowd was looking like, what the hell is this? You know, so it's just interesting how, like, the reason I kind of was like, that topic came about for me is, like, in my experience with it, you have like these older guys that try to tell us, like, our age group, y'all young, y'all don't know shit. But I'm like, you still moving like you 19. And
so when do you stop?
I think it should just it should fade out.
But why, if they feel like they shouldn't fade out, then when should you fade out?
If I was Genuine and I was falling off stages, that's time to give it up.
If somebody's paying you a couple grand to do that and you still got paid,
I'm still gonna go perform, but I'm not gonna be dry humping the air and licking my lips crazy. And then Birdman, he damn near got narcolepsy on stage. His dementia kicking in. He just be like that on stage and shit. And it's like the interesting part, if you look at Birdman and Master P, yeah, Birdman, Cash Money, maybe they had more hits. But if you look at that night, how Master P carried himself and the whole No Limit squad, it was very professional. It was very mature. Birdman was just over there letting you know all the shit that he did.
That though, I feel has always been their character. We can go back. That's always been their character, though.
I think that's what he's saying. That's the problem. Right?
That's the problem.
That's ain't nothing changed.
Birdman got on there and said, "We banging with NBA young boy. We did it, throwing up beating." It's like, bro, you 60. What you banging for? Why are you banging with? I don't know how old he is. 24, 25. Mm-hmm. Why are you running around with 23, 24-year-olds? You 60 years old. Like.
Yeah, he looks young.
It really don't make no sense to me, man. Like and I'll be actually, matter of fact,
your birthday coming up.
Actually, the day this episode comes out, this
on Friday.
This episode comes out on my 37th birthday. So I mean, I'm only 37, but as I get older and as I age, like I wanna move like I am my age, you know what I mean? I probably I don't know if I dress my age. I don't know if the way I dress looks like I'm 37.
What does it mean nowadays? Like, what does that mean to move and dress your age nowadays? Like, I feel like that's lost.
Not necessarily your age, but just your maturity level and just and a little bit of it, the age bracket that you're in, I don't even want to make that part sound so drastic and dramatic, because you could wear you could be 40 and put on a basketball jersey and go outside and be, so it's not necessarily about your attire, but just how you behave. Bro, you look crazy 40, 50 plus outside running around talking about we throwing up bees and we banging with someone. So it's just when you look at, and again, everybody knows I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, but when you look at people like Jay-Z or Killer Mike or Nas, when you look at, some of the elder statesmen in hip hop that have, I don't even say aged gracefully, that have progressed as they've gotten older. And it's just you look at that and you commend it and you salute it and you look at that and be like, man, as I get older, that's how I want to move. And you look at somebody like Birdman with tattoos on his head and moving around with all these young, gang members, and it's and it's not a diss to anybody that's from a gang. I damn near joined a gang when I was younger. I got a bunch of friends and cousins that's from gangs. But also to that point, my friends and family members that are gang members, as they've gotten older, they don't behave like that no more. They got children and wives and families and starting businesses, all the stuff that Birdman has and has done. But just as you get older, as you mature as a man, this nigga has grandkids, bro. That there's no reason for anybody that as you get older to still be moving like that. Now, when you're an entertainer and you have this persona and this thing that makes you money, you do have to kind of live that life to a certain extent. I don't want to say live that life. You have to portray that to a certain extent. But
he needs to retire.
Look at Snoop Dogg.
Look at New Edition.
I think Snoop Dogg is a better comparison, because when Snoop Dogg came out, he was a gang member. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew Snoop Dogg was a Crip. Everybody knew he was a 20 Crip from Long Beach. This thing called a murder charge.
Yeah.
Called a murder charge. Everybody know where Snoop Dogg is from, what he's about. Everybody know he a Crip. He still throw up season Crip walk everywhere you go. This nigga still smoke weed everywhere he go. And you can look at that how you want to look at it, bro, you too old to be good. This nigga smoked a blunt in the White House. You can easily be bro, you too old for that, mature. But then someone could also be smoking weed is a part of his brand, so what is he really hurting? But as far as I brought up Snoop Dogg to say, the way he moves, when he first came out, he was a gang member from Eastside Long Beach. As he's gotten older, his behavior has changed.
He's matured.
The way he speaks has changed, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be done. People like Birdman that are still speaking that way and behaving that way and moving that way, you look like a clown. And it.
Yeah, he's 57.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there, and it gives you can't say anything about Birdman's business acumen. The business that he's built, the money that he's made, the other millionaires that he's created, with all due respect to these other people, because they put in work as well. Mm-hmm. But without his cosign and his help, who knows what they would have done. So the millions, the billions potentially that he's made for himself and for other people, the millionaires that he's created, you can never say anything about his business acumen. He's a hell of a businessman. we know that because of what you've done. But if like what you portray and what you show, like I feel like it's irresponsible. You gotta show a better way.
I feel like I'd be interested in like knowing them and their personalities, because I think like when you look at like the people that you're talking about, they all show like very narcissistic behaviors.
But the crazy part is, so when he did y'all remember when he did the whole "don't play with my name" and blah blah blah. They said when he got up to the studio, they said he was very respectful. He was just very, like, he got on there and was like, said what he said, like, on live. But they said behind he was like, it was a cool conversation, which I know he can have that. I just felt like in that moment, it's like, we all know that him and Master P never had actual beef, but we know Cash Money and No Limit because of the cruise, they didn't vibe.
They never got along.
But it was kind of one of those moments where it's like, okay, y'all older now. We gonna finally see y'all call. And somebody actually did pull the clip because they didn't really show it on the Versus battle, but Master P did walk up and dap him up. Yeah. 'Cause I remember he walked over there, but they kind of cut it to where you didn't see who he was dapping up, and then it showed he did dap up with Birdman. So it's like, I think that just goes back to, like you say, as you what my uncle always say. He say, you know the difference between a young fool and an old fool? And he'll say, a young fool, you can teach something. Old fool, you can't tell shit. He said, I take a young fool over an old fool any day. Shout out to my uncle. He ain't gonna see this, but shout out to Uncle. But
man, we gotta get him on the pod sometime.
Boy, he'll get you 1 million views in a heartbeat. Well,
but yeah, no, I think that's the perfect way to put it. Like, say it. That's the perfect way to put it. Like, bro, I'm just reiterating what I said before, bro. As you get older, bro, like your behavior and your way of thinking has to change. Like, it just like Birdman seems like the more he learns in business, he's gonna continue to make money. He's gonna continue to elevate in business. But as far as like personally, like in his personal life and like what he portrays and what he chooses to like. It just doesn't make sense. It's like,
it sounds like he's just not ready to give up the limelight. Like he still wants to be the center of attention into everything that he still does.
Yeah, and yes, and a part of me feels like he's just like, he feels like that's just nah. You said it perfect. That's just what he wants to do.
And honestly,
and for me, before you go, and for me, like, that's just not what I would want to do at 57 years old. You know what I mean? Like, it just. We all like everybody makes dumb decisions when you're younger. I'm thinking about like his tattoos and some of his behavior.
He could have the choice to move a lot smarter. Like it's like, I think it was like you used Snoop Dogg. I forget who it was. Maybe it wasn't 50 Cent. It was somebody else. But like basically like if they make appearances on anybody's like songs now, like it is millions, right, to spit a couple lines. Like it is so much money. And I say that because they're moving business smart now. They're like, we don't need to do all of this. Like we can generate this much by just doing this. And I think like you're using people like, you know, Birdman as an example, but I think he wants to be that. Like that's where he's not ready to give it up. He's like, yeah, this is all me and I still got it. It's time to retire though, but still.
Well, I don't know about retire. Like,
well, I mean, like just step out. Like he can't. He looks crazy. He does look crazy mixing with the young ones.
The thing of it, I think it would bring him so much more attention and not that he needs it, but so much more like attention and notoriety and above all of that, respect. If he like just made the switch, like how like we all seen what Gucci Mane was when he first came out. Gucci Mane performing in tuxedos with a 100-member orchestra behind him now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just like, it's just evolution. Like, it just seemed like he hasn't evolved at all. Like, not a single drop. And it's honestly, it's disappointing. I respect Birdman for what he's done. Like, I've always, like, you know, one of his was Gator Boots with that was my jam back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there you go, the Big Timers. That was like, I've always been a Birdman fan, and you can't help but salute and respect what he's done in business, like I said before. But just like, it just seems like personally, there's been no evolution or growth. It just seems like he's the same guy that he's been, and it's sad and disappointing, honestly.
And that's kind of like, that kind of tied into my next point with like just older guys in general. Mm-hmm. Like from my personal experience, older men specifically have kind of been my biggest haters. And I say that because, like, on the MC side, Speaker Box is the only MC that I've talked to, sat down with, that is like, hey bro, gave me game, this, hey bro, I can call him, hey bro, how do I deal with this, right? Boom, 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 boom. So them other ones who are a little older, even older than him, I get on the mic, I'm doing my thing, and it always starts off with, oh, I see you on the mic, yeah, you know, I'm an MC too, and I'm like, that's what's up, and then it turns into this whole pissing contest. Well, I've been doing it for 20 years, and I know you young. And I'm like, you don't even know shit about me. And it's like, I could teach you a few things because you got it, but you ain't really there yet. And I'm like, and I'm like, man, let me get on the mic real quick. Bro, these old fools done ran off with the mic before. Like, grabbed the mic and then did some whole shit and, like, ran off in the crowd, which I ain't tripping because I ain't get paid. But I'm like, oh, this is what type of time we on. Mm-hmm. But it's always the older guys that's always been my haters, like, in the sense of, like, instead of kicking game, it's like whatever about me, it makes you very uncomfortable. As my uncle say, he say, next time you just ask him, where was your ass at 30? Because obviously you at 40, 45, 50, 52, whatever, you're obviously not secure within yourself at this age that you're at, because how's a 33-year-old got you out your body? Like, how is me being on the mic making you uncomfortable, making you list all your accolades? And
you know how, like, we have these, like, random conversations, and I feel like it's, and I'm not trying to be like all men are like this, but I think majority of men don't know when to stop. Like, that's what I've learned and seen from just being out. It's like, that's why there's this whole thing, like, where I think women worry too. Like, if you're looking at dating or singleness or whatever, it's because as men get older, a lot of them don't know when to stop. They get worse. Like, what you're saying right now, they gotten worse. Like, they don't stop. They don't know when to hang it up. They don't know when to, like, slow it down. They don't know when to, like, stop what they're doing. And that's all I'm saying.
I mean, look on social media, half of them, I'm like, man, they need to take your shit down immediately. Be posting like a teenage girl and shit, be screenshotting, just posting shit on there, and oh God.
The selfies.
The no neck selfies, neck just be all up in the camera.
Selfies are like right there.
No, but like I said, like, yeah, man, it's just one of them things, like, it's unfortunate. That's why I say, old heads, they need father figures too. Just cause you hit 40, 50, 60, you need a father figure. You need one, cause you acted like you need one. Cause you, like, and I think it's because after my dad passed, I came up under my uncle. So he's always been that guy that's always giving me the game, and that's always, like, pushed my mind to think different. So I've always come up around that older generation. So when I get around older people, I can distinguish off the bat what type of time they're on because I listen to what they say. And a lot of them, unfortunately, they use age as the wisdom, but I'm like, you don't have shit. You got some that got it together, and then you got some, like, you've heard it, like, you'll be talking, and what you'll say your age, you'll be like, oh, I'm 36. And they'll be like, oh, you still young. And it's like, no shit, sir. I know I'm young. We talking about business. We talking about photography. But the fact that you're trying to push my age, you're trying to, like, box me out. Like, let me one up you now and put you in your place, per se. Yeah, you got your little photography. This is how they do me. Oh, I see what your little MC, little photography. Yeah, you know how old you? Oh, 30. Oh, yeah, you young. Yeah, you ain't got shit. And I'm like, that's when I start breaking shit down. Okay, what do you own? And blah, 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 blah. Because it's like, as the older one, you should be more mature to be like, hey, I see you got your photography business, got this. Hey, look, this is where I messed up at 30, 40. Don't make this mistake. But in tune, it just turns into a flex. Mm-hmm. Like, I had a dude one time when I first moved to San Diego. Dude was like, he told me he was like 45. And I was at Whiskey Girl, and it started off as a compliment because his wife saw my jewelry and she was like, compliment. I thought they was low-key swingers because the way he like, yeah, my wife, like, boom, boom, boom. I said, oh, whatever. But then it turned into, he's like, I'm 45. You see this? I got this. I got that. And I was just looking at him like, are you gonna help me get what you got, or are you just telling me what you got? And he's like, I'm just telling you what I got. And I'm like, what's the point? You've lived long enough. I would hope at 40, whatever, you would have your shit together. But the fact that you're comparing it to somebody who's still trying to figure it out, who's like 20 years younger than you, because I was like 20, 28, 27, whatever. But I'm just saying, you're trying to compare notes with somebody 20 years younger than you. Take that shit over to somebody your age. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing. A lot of them, they don't. They just, because they're not locked in with themselves. So they're like, let me go pick on the young people and talk shit to them so I can feel better at sleep at night.
That would be highly disappointing if that was my experience, bro. I don't mean to like make
no. I'm just
but like the better way to say this, I'm thankful that that's not my experience, because the old heads are my favorite people, bro. Like I love, bro. They're my favorite thing to do is just sit at the feet of older people and just pick up game.
Don't get me wrong,
and listen to them and just talk to them. And I'm not saying that's not you too, but it's hard to do that when the older people around you aren't forthcoming with information they're not really willing to give. I'm just saying, like, for me, if that were my, like, if the older photographers that I've met, I ain't really met too many people in podcast. I'm kind of, honestly, I'm kind of like one of the, not one of the first, but like one of the first to like kind of like do like a podcast and stay consistent within the city. So there hasn't been really too many people here that I could really like, older than me, that are doing it longer than me, that I could talk to about that. But as far as like photographers, like my friends that are like much more established than me, and some of the guys that are like older men, they've been like very, very helpful. And if that weren't the case, bro, like that would be highly disappointing, bro. It's like not even just in my job, just in life in general. Like whether I'm at a family get together, whether I like go to like some like, and no matter where I go, if there's older people around, I'm trying to kick it with them and talk to them and pick up game and crack jokes with them and befriend them. Like, so if there was like older people around me that weren't like, that didn't want to take to me and want to take me in and want to like help build me up, that'd be highly disappointing, bro.
And I will say that, but on the flip side too, on the MC side, I can say the seasoned DJs, the ones that have been doing it for 20 some odd years, they're probably in their early 40s, late 40s. They've been the ones that's kept me in the game.
That's what's up.
There's been so many times, like, it ain't no secret about, like, with the R&B block party, ain't no secret. Yeah, man never really wanted me there, right? So when we, in the beginning,
boy telling it now.
Oh no, we gonna keep it. He really didn't. I wasn't his first choice. I was kind of there by default. And it was just very like, you here because I ain't got nobody else. So when shit started getting weird, I was like, bro, this might not be it for me. Like, I might just give it up. And it was the older DJ, shout out to B Jones and Black Magic. They was like, nah, bro, you just different. But they was well versed to be like, it's not you. It's just you coming in with something that none of us have seen before. You not from here. You country. You use your comedic skills on the mic. Like, you're basically doing something. I'm not saying I'm the first to do that in San Diego, but what I'm saying is when I came on the scene, it was something that San Diego people didn't necessarily know how to take to it first. So when you look at it like that, you're like, damn, don't nobody rock with me. But it was like, no. So what I'm saying is like, and even on the DJ side, well, also, shout out Birdie Bird, like, these guys took me under their wing and was like, hey, bro, you need work, but you got you a little foundation. We're going to help you build it up, and we're going to help push you to the next level. So they also have been my biggest supporters as well. But like I said, so you got it. It's either been you got a yeah man, or you got a Birdie Bird. It's like, I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to give you the words you need. And, you know, as like you say, as you mature and as you move up in whatever field you're in, you do want that guidance. Because it's like, bro, you've been doing this shit for however long. Let me get a little something. I don't want to ride your wave, but maybe you could give me a little something, or give me a little bit, and I'll take it where I need to go.
Would you say that you're jaded by your experiences?
Absolutely. I'm not even going. It's taken a lot to like work through, because With the block party,
Photography.
I didn't. It set the tone. The block party was started it because.
Was that the first place you MC'd at?
Yes.
Okay.
But what? No,
I didn't know that.
Right. But see, well, this is. I'll keep it a buck with you. Behind the scenes, yeah, man, ain't really want me there. He would always tell me, I wanted speaker box. I wanted Prince. Only reason I got you here is because the DJs want you here. Like,
this is all going out.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Like,
I just want to
This is all like true.
This is true story. Like,
I don't think you're telling. I'm just saying this is.
Goes back into, remember the question you asked earlier? What have you seen through time?
Like she's seen all of this. She saw it. Like, so I'm gonna give it. I feel like Cat Williams right now. So fast. So we gonna go back how the fallout happened. We gonna go back how the fall. It all started, like I said, you telling me.
I'm your Club Shay Shay moment. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Telling me you don't want me there, right? So then we do the Battle of the Sexes last year. You call me. You say, "Yo, Redd, hey, always paid me in Venmo. Always sent me money. Yo, Redd, I need to take a ride with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I got your money in cash." So I get in the car. The whole car ride is just about how the whole city hating on him. City hates him. He started this. He started.
This is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole. So I'm like, why am I here? And then it goes back to, you this basically telling me I'm young and I don't know. And I'm like, why are we here, bro? Like, you got me in the car just to tell me how, like, it's a narcissistic moment. Yeah. So we get with the ride or whatever. So this is where he goes. He goes, Halloween. Hey, bro, I ain't got no money to pay you. First he goes, I don't want nobody on the mic. I'm trying to switch it up. Okay. And then he goes, I ain't got no money to pay you. But the kicker was, I don't want anybody on the microphone. Okay. Halloween rolls around. I'm getting phone calls from the DJs. Bro, where you at? Oh, Mike ain't tell you? I ain't over there. What you mean? Boom, 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 boom. He said he don't want nobody on the mic. All I'm saying is you run the tape. Somebody was on that mic. And that's what I was like, so.
That was just his way of saying it out.
That was, so instead of just having the balls to say, bro, I want to go in a different direction. I'm going to lie to you. And I'm just going to push you out. And that's where it happened. So from that point, absolutely, because outside of him, I did like the block party. Me and the DJs and the crowd, we had a good time, but I didn't like the way I got pushed out. And I talked to some people, and they said, you know what, bro, business is business. You should have just not left. You should have let it play out. But I'm like, no, when it comes to, if we have a friendship, your word is everything. Loyalty is everything. And if you tell me one thing, and then I see you doing something else, we're done. After you told me you didn't want me there, you was upset when I started doing my own events. He called me. When I did my first event, I dropped the flyer. He called me like 3 minutes before it happened and was like, hey, bro, I got to nip something in the bud. I said, what's up, bro? You can't promote your party at my party. I was like, I never said I was going to promote my party at your party. So from there, it just got into this weird, like, it was like a battle of like, I'm going to keep you here. I don't want you to go here. And you know what? I see you doing all this stuff with these people. Let me just go ahead and boot you out now. So after that happened, yeah, I was jaded because I had nothing to, where else I'm going to MC at? But it worked out because it pushed me to like, okay, now I got to go talk to the DJs. I got to go to these people and I have to prove like, hey, I'm hungry, And it wasn't easy. Because at first, nobody was rocking with it. I remember going to Phantom. First time I went to Phantom, them folks was looking at me like, who the hell is this? Get his ass off the mic. Like, it was like...
How do you feel about the saying that there's no permanent friends or enemies in business?
I believe that now. But me being so green with the whole business, because I never was trying to get into the business aspect of it. I'm looking at it like...
What do you mean you weren't trying to get into the business?
I'm saying like on the MC side, like I didn't think like when that all went down, I'm looking at it like I've been rocking with you since day one. I've seen you have breakdowns behind the scenes about how people have screwed you over. I've been.
Have you considered that maybe you my dog? I'm just making conversation here. I'm just making conversation here. I'm you my dog. I'm rocking with you all day. I'm just making conversation here. What would you say if he, like you said, I've been rocking with you since day one. What would you say to if he were to be like, you wasn't with me day one, like you weren't here on day one?
I'd be like, okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. But I think
was it like you were at the first block party?
No, but I'm saying.
So that's what I'm saying.
I think what he's saying is that they had built a friendship.
We had built I know him.
Like they had a separate friendship.
I've seen him behind the scenes. Like
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is like I'm not saying we best friends. You got to tell me your deepest dark. But I'm saying like there should be enough mutual respect. That's like the podcast. Say I can't do the podcast. I don't want to do the podcast no more. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm sick today. And then you see me, I live in Nevada or something, I'm going to tell you like, hey, bro, this is what it is. Because we have that rapport. Because if not, you could be looking at me like, the hell? Bro couldn't just tell me what it is from the, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I think a more like equivalent parallel would be if you told me like, hey, bro, I don't want to be on the show no more. Podcast ain't really my thing no more. I don't want to do a podcast no more. And then the next week, I see like, oh, what's up? Red's a new co-host on somebody else's show.
Right. Okay.
I'd be like, whoa, you told me you don't want to do a show no more.
You see, and that's where I was coming from with it, because I'm like,
there wasn't like an honest conversation.
There never was.
There was just never a full conversation. It was just like a flip, and that's what Ryan has always been trying to say is like, just conversate. Like you could just have a truthful, honest conversation.
So like tomorrow, if he hit you up and was like, yeah, I don't like the way things happen, I want to sit down and talk to you, would you be open to a conversation, or you just want to leave it where it's at?
It depends, because I'm going to tell you this. The one thing about Mike, he don't have to admit it, Mike is a narcissist. He is. And he will, thing with Mike, it would have to be.
That's a buzzword right now.
I don't care, because the thing is, it has to be in person. Because Mike likes to record stuff and put the shit on the internet.
That's true, though.
He likes to screenshot shit. He likes to screenshot text messages and put that shit on the internet. It's just real shit. Everybody knows it, but nobody calls it out. And Mike, my whole thing is
would
this.
You have the conversation is what Mike is trying.
Let's hold on, but I just want to read the definition of what a narcissist is before because you caught him on. I just want to be fair. I just want to be fair. You my dog. I just want to be fair. A narcissist is someone with an inflated sense of self-importance, an excessive need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others.
Yeah.
You stand by that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that there's a lot that I think I'm just gonna say this. I'm not getting involved too much in it, but I think people have to understand like there's so much more. I think in some sense of the story that he has been pretty gentle with it. Like there is a lot more into it. I think you've been pretty gentle.
And like I said, I'm not
that you have gone about it and moved. Like he hasn't, you know.
And my whole thing is like I said, there's no like, this ain't one of those like I just woke up today and was talking like if people.
I know.
But I'm saying it's like we can have a conversation, but there's really nothing. We could bury it, but there's nothing that. It's like you go your way, I go my way. Mm-hmm. I'm never going back to the block party. It's a cool block party, but I'm not gonna slander it. I'm not gonna say don't go, because I mean I don't know what they got going on. But shout out to like I said, DJs and everybody still doing their thing. Like, but just all the stuff behind the scenes, I'm like, you've already showed your hand. And that's for anybody. Once you show your hand, there's nothing. What do we need to go back to? We could bury the hatchet. That's like with anybody, though.
I mean, I think that's the thing too. It's like I think you asked like, is he jaded in a sense? But he never went into it as trying to be this like. I mean, you wanted to MC. That's it. It was fun for you.
Yeah, like I think it was just more so how it happened, and then once I got comfortable, I didn't really know how I was gonna move anymore. Because I was like, where else am I going to go? Mm-hmm. I mean, they have MCs, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else, they have every event. And I'm not looking like, oh, I want to MC, so you're going to boot these people out. Because I wouldn't want to do that anyway. But it's like, where do I go?
Mm-hmm. I only asked the jaded question because, and it's, you know, we're human. So with whatever we experience, we're gonna, especially if it's a negative experience, we're gonna make sure like the next opportunity that we walk into, we don't feel that way again, or we don't get treated that way again. And it sounds like you're now moving with that energy. Like the way I was treated over there, wherever I go next, I'm gonna make sure that's not gonna happen. And that's fair. Like that's just protecting yourself, which anybody would do. But the next step beyond that is probably being a little jaded and moving through every situation and every encounter in life thinking that you're gonna be treated that way. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I did want to ask. I thought it was a fair question.
No, honestly, it's been a work in progress. I ain't gonna lie. Because at first, it was like, I don't trust nobody. I ain't dealing with nobody. I'm not. Because I think, and that goes back to, it was, you say you want me to be comfortable, but if I get comfortable, are you gonna boot me out? Like the over here? If you say this is mine and I make it mine, are you gonna push me out? Like, and I actually had to, and I'll say, God, things happen for a reason, and through all of that, it's helped me kind of navigate and know how to distinguish, and not necessarily be on guard, but now I know how to deal with you. So now instead of maybe like me getting all in my feelings, I'll just have the conversation straight, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Like, hey, bro, is this how you really feel? Let's talk about it. Versus bumping them out, and that's, you know. So I think,
but it's been a work in progress.
It has, but honestly, like looking at it now, I don't have any regrets, because had I not left, I wouldn't be doing all the stuff that I'm doing now. I would have still been just doing the block party. There would have been no, like, I got booked in Pomona, got some stuff in other places. It wouldn't have pushed me to go work with Birdie and all these other people, because I would have been so comfortable. But since I got pushed out, it was like, I got to go figure it out. So I think, in one sense, I think the universe was like, there's more for you, but I'm gonna push you out, because you if you stay, none of these doors are gonna open up for you. But yeah,
I can dig that.
Damn, this cat wing. We should have got the good lift.
I could feel your energy over there. It's like I like it. I want to get it off, but like I'm a little bit. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the energy.
I'm wearing the right shirt today, boy.
I was like, we going here?
Well, it's the best segue I can find. Why are we talking about, like, you know, like going to parties and what happens at a party or whatever?
What happens at a party stays at a party. No, I'm joking.
So, you know, a lot of different people, men and women, go to parties, but more specifically women. You know, depending on the theme of the party or just any party, one might go there dressed a certain kind of way, kind of revealing, kind of, you know, showing off her body. And so, the question I have is, I don't know if it's more a question or more so what I want to talk about is a woman that flaunts, like, that dresses, like, kind of like, that dress is really, not even kind of, a woman that dresses really revealing, and then her feeling a way about being sexualized. What's you guys' thoughts on that?
Let her go first.
I wanted her to go first, being
I think,
a woman.
honestly, like, nowadays, if you go, like, going out, you've seen all the outfits. I mean, everybody wearing everything just out there. Like, it is, though. So, like, that's the reality of it. So, I can almost flip the switch and be like, is it just a fashion statement now? Like, everybody dresses a certain way now that, like, in some sense, not everybody, but a lot do, right? So, it's like, just because they're choosing to wear that because they're comfortable in their, and I do think you have to be comfortable in your sexuality. You're not going to wear that if you are not comfortable in your body. End of story. And I'm not criticizing body types. I'm not saying anything. Like, you're wearing that if you are comfortable in your body. And I thought about this after, and I was like, no, I think that everybody has a right to wear what they want to wear
100%.
without being sexualized. Like, you have a right to wear that, and does not mean because I'm wearing this, then I deserve to be sexualized. I mean, you can go as far as, like, let's say we take it outside of the club, right? And you're like, just because I'm wearing a bikini or a thong on the bathing suit, does that mean I deserve to be sexualized? Like, no. Like, there is just, you should be able to wear what you want to wear, and that's it. Now, if you want to bring your behaviors and actions into it, that's a different play.
Interesting.
But
like
if you are like, just, this is what I'm wearing, and that's what you're wearing. Like, you know what? I look at a lot of people, and I've had this conversation with him where I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that, like, flat out. And I'm not saying that like I couldn't. I just don't think I have that confidence in some sense. Like, I'm really confident about myself. But I'm like, damn, like, I look at them, I'm like, damn, like, they straight out, like, you guys are confident, but good for you, more power to you, you know? And so I don't think that they deserve, like, people deserve or should be like that, because I hate that. I hate when people are like, well, you wear that, so because you're wearing that, you're asking for attention, or because you're wearing that, then you deserve that. That's bullshit to me. I'm like, that's not fair. And honestly, a lot of women, and I'm not even talking about like see-through outfits or anything like that, sometimes we have body types that no matter what we wear, it's gonna look overly sexual.
Sure, indeed.
And I don't think, like, that's something, like, I'll be dead ass, like, that's something I struggle with, like, personally. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll talk about my body for a second. It's like, if I wear certain tops, I will be overly sexualized. I can't do anything about that. Someone else that has no boobs can wear that top and it won't look sexual on them. Like, that's it. It's like, I can't control it. So do I deserve to be treated a certain way because, oh, well, you put that on? No. Like, you know, that's not fair. So I don't think that, no. If you're going to wear it, more power to you. If you wear it, be confident in what you wear. Own it. That's what I say. Own it. If you're gonna wear it, you better own it. But at the same time, you don't deserve to be sexualized. Nobody does. Like, no, men and women, nobody deserves to be sexualized by what they wear.
Okay, so maybe I probably asked the wrong. I agree with everything you said. Let me say that before I keep going. I agree with everything you said. Maybe I asked the wrong question. No one deserves it. No one deserves it. Is it? Now I'm asking. Is it fair though? Like, is it? If a man is downtown or at a party or whatever, and a woman is dressed like, because you like, it's one thing. Let me. I gotta choose. Because I don't want to be taken the wrong way with this. A woman just having a certain body type and coming outside, she can't help that. Yeah. Like when you see like these teachers, like some of these like elementary and middle school teachers that are just voluptuous, and then like the parents have an issue with it. It's like, bro, like I'm just thick as hell. I can't control how clothes look on me. This is just how I look. Yeah. So I'm with that, and I agree with that. I guess what I'm speaking to is the women that
asses out.
And yes, that intentionally wear things that are revealing their body.
That's what I'm saying, like, if they're confident to wear that.
I'm with the confidence. I love a confident person, man or woman. I love a confident person.
That's what I was trying to say, though. At this point in time, when you go out, is it now just a fashion statement?
Yeah. Okay. It probably is. What I'm saying, what I'm speaking to, and this is clear that I didn't articulate my question the right way, the correct way. What I'm trying to ask is, if a woman is intentionally being revealing with the way she dresses, and then she's sexualized, like, okay, if a woman is intentionally dressing like revealing, is it unfair if a man then sexualizes her?
Define that by saying it sexualizes her. What's he doing? Is he grabbing her?
Fair question. No. You can't touch nobody. Okay, it's never okay to touch somebody. Okay. It's never okay to touch anybody that you don't.
What do you mean by that?
Like if a woman is extremely revealing and a man's approach is like. And it's difficult for me because I'm all about respect. And so, like, whatever you say to someone has to be respectful. However you deal with someone has to be respectful. But if
We're just telling a story right now, so I'm not going to market it.
I don't even have a story. I just something that I saw something online and it put a question in my head. I was like, I'm gonna bring this to my podcast. So if a woman is dressing like extremely revealing, and then a man that when he approaches her to get her number is kind of, some of his conversation is about the way she's dressed and the way she's presenting. Would a man be like caught off guard if a woman is offended by him appreciating the way she's presenting? I guess that's the best way to ask that question.
Yeah.
So if
okay.
Oh, so like
hold on, but I want to let the woman. I'm sorry, bro.
I think I get what you're saying. You're saying like if she's wearing something, let's say really revealing, and he comes up to her, has a conversation with her, and he's complimenting her goodies somehow, or her appearance, right, and what she's wearing.
To make this whole thing respectful, I think the first thing should be a compliment.
Okay.
But then after that compliment, if he's like making comments,
is he making sexual innuendos to her body type? Is he making like not her body type, but her wearing like, ooh, like you got this going on, or you got this? Mm-hmm. Okay, no, it's not appropriate. It's not okay just because she's wearing that. No. It's not.
I'm listening to you.
That's it. That's the end of the story. It's not okay. I may be wearing this. It does not give you the right to talk to me like that. Doesn't. I don't think you have that right. Oh, because you got that on, I can talk to you like this, even though it may be a compliment. No. First off, creep. But like, no, you don't have that right to talk to anyone like that. I don't think anybody should be speaking to you like that. Whatever they are wearing does not cause the way that you speak to me. Doesn't make it okay. I can wear, and I know it could be like, well, that's not right? Like you could wear that, doesn't mean, but no, they shouldn't speak to you like that.
I agree before I keep going. One would then ask though,
why wear it?
Not why wear it, but we have to, I'm gonna sound like I'm on the other side and I'm not. I'm just trying to make conversation here. One would then ask though, what was the purpose or the intention or the goal of coming outside like that?
Sometimes, honestly, you look at yourself and you're like, damn, I look really good. I mean, there's been times where we've had a conversation where I've looked at certain outfits and I'm like, I want to wear this. Like I want to wear this. Like, I look good in this. Like, it's just because you're comfortable with, I don't end up wearing it. But that's a whole different conversation. But I do, like, feel like sometimes it's just that you're confident in your body and it's a celebration of, I know who I am, I'm confident in who I am, and I want to celebrate who I am. And I think that's a lot of how these women move nowadays.
I hear you.
And you could take it as it's not okay, or you can have your opinions, or people could say they shouldn't be wearing that, or it's not appropriate. But if 5 other people are wearing it, and why can't you? And nobody deserves to be sexualized. Like, it's a way I think of a self-expression. I think self-expression is so like open nowadays.
Let me ask you this, without making it like too deep, but I do think it's an equal parallel.
Yeah.
Me being a black man, and before, being in my 30s, like when I was younger, I was taught and told that if I left my house sagging my pants with a hoodie on, with my hat a certain way, that I was going to be portrayed a certain way, and I was going to get a certain treatment outside.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I mean, women are taught the same thing in some senses, like we're dressed appropriately.
Agreed. So then, when a woman goes outside dressed a certain, like if I go out, if I go downtown with my pants a certain, like if my pants below my waist a certain way, doing a certain, like if I go outside dressed a certain way, I'm going to be perceived a certain way, and people are going to talk to me and treat me a certain way.
You have to know though.
So though, let me finish though. So then, if a woman, the parallel to that would be though, so then if a woman then goes outside dressed a certain way and receives a certain treatment, when she gets that treatment, it's like, whoa, I'm a woman, you shouldn't da 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 da. And it's like, I get that. Woman, like, I was taught you treat a woman like a princess. No matter what woman is in your presence, you treat her like a princess, and that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's not what I do, but I'm just saying it's like, as far as like for me, like I just said, if I go outside sagging my pants or dressed a certain way, I'm gonna get treated a certain way when I go outside, whether I'm at a job interview or whether I go to the club. I'm gonna get treated a certain way. And so for a woman, it seems though, for women, they get to dress, women get to dress however they want, as revealing as they want, and then go outside, and if they're spoken to or treated or received a certain way, it's wrong and it's not okay. When for men, if we go outside a certain way, maybe it's different because it's a racial thing, but I do think there's parallels there.
No, I'm going to say there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place.
Okay.
So you can wear, like if we were talking in that context, I took it as the club. Like I was like, okay, this is the time, people wear crazy stuff to the club. I'm sorry, like I think they do sometimes. I'm like, all right, I wouldn't wear it, but if you want to wear it, okay. Mm-hmm. But like that's that conversation. So okay. I feel like, okay, there's a time and a place. Now if you're just wearing this like outside, like that's a whole different conversation. Mm-hmm. Like you're just like, this is my casual wear. And I get it, people are like, well, this is how I want. And I think it goes back into the whole thing of like, you dress to impress, you gotta dress to impress, or you kind of dress to know. You dress a certain way, right? When you get fit, you're like, this is my thought process when I get dressed, right? Like
1,000%.
What do I want to attract today? What's my vibe today? What do I
want to give off?
What do I want to give off?
That's always what I'm thinking.
That's always what you're thinking, right? You're like, and you think like, what are people going to think if they see me in this outfit or this outfit or this outfit? That's what your thought. I don't know. That's how I was raised to kind of look at like the way you're presenting yourself. Mm-hmm. So I guess in a way, you're saying like, well, if they're getting dressed this way, they clearly have to think, I'm gonna get this attention. God, this is such a crazy.
It kind of. Okay, go ahead.
It's a part of it. You're like, you got to know the attention you're seeking when you put something on. But it also is a line that nobody deserves to treat you like crap because you choose to dress a certain way, and no one deserves to overly sexualize them because they deserve a certain way. I'm not saying that either person is right or wrong. Like I said, there's a time and a place, right? Like they could think like this might not be the best place that you wear that outfit, and the same with you, like, right? It might not be the best place for you to be sagging your pants and doing your stuff. There's a time and there's a place, but at the same time, you don't deserve to be treated like crap for what you choose to wear, because it doesn't show who you are as a person, right? That you probably are this really smart, educated person, and we don't know because of whatever you choose to wear. And the same can go with them. But again, I would go flip the script. Like if I was looking at them, and let's say there's somebody I would know, and they were showing up at some place, and we had some conversations, I would honestly ask, like, what's your thought process? Like, what is the thought process? Sometimes I do want to be asking that, like, what was it that you were thinking when you went outside today? But nobody deserves to be sexualized. Nobody should be spoken to a certain way.
I want to make sure I say that. I agree.
You don't deserve to be treated like crap or marked as anything because you look or present a certain way.
So yeah, I don't think this conversation is more so about like what people deserve, because I think we can all agree that no one deserves. But
that's your question though. If you're like, okay, if she's doing this and this guy's talking to her like that, should she like?
That is the way I presented it.
Like
that is the way I presented it.
I don't know. What's your thought?
I don't know. Y'all took that. I'm just in the back seat right now.
Well, what's your thought? Because you, I know you have opinions on people's outfits.
In the back seat. First off, everybody ain't supposed to be wearing what they see on TV.
If I want to go out with my ass out and I want to wear an outfit that's going to show my body, if I want to wear my ass out, would you be okay with me wearing my ass out? And if I got treatment from people, what would your say be?
No, because it goes back to, I feel like, I'll say it just opens the door. That's kind of like if I walk out with a tank top and my shirt off, it's just going to open a door that, not saying for us, but it's just bringing the wrong energy. Like,
he's checked me. He's told me.
But I like to have fun. She'd be like, I'm wearing this. I say, well, I'm wearing the tank top on stage. She'd be like, hell no.
Stuff, and he's like, if that's exactly what he said. He's like, if that's what you want to call out right now.
Because dudes will do shit.
Like if dudes
will be in the club and they'll see us together, but then say she go to the bathroom or something, and I can't see because it's all these people. They gonna try to sneak to this and do to this, and it's like, because now they're like, it's just opening that door to like, oh, she with him or he's with her. Let's check the temperature. And it's like, we was not trying to be on that type of time today. Because people will try. Women have tried too. Women have tried me. So it's like, I think it goes back to it's a time and a place, but it's kind of like you said, it's kind of like, it's like wearing.
If I wear a really short skirt and someone tries to grab my butt, did I deserve that?
No, we gonna
no. And I feel like that's what I was trying to make clear. I was trying to like, I'm not ever saying that the way a woman dresses or behaves outside that she deserves to be touched.
No, I don't think
like,
anyone did. I think y'all care.
Yeah.
No,
I'm more so speaking to like your expectations when you go outside dressed a certain way.
You have to know what you're calling.
Well, that's kind of like, okay.
And that's what I'm speaking to.
I have to.
I clearly didn't serve this up the right way. But that's what I was speaking to.
Like, I'll be honest. Okay, Halloween came. We had Halloween right this weekend, and I was like, I want to wear this outfit. Like, I had one outfit picked out. My ass would have been out, and I was like, my ass is out. There's no Ryan. Like,
you just would have been outside.
And I was like, is this what is my expectation with me going out like this?
It's kind of like when you go to these club events and like, it's like when these rappers or performers come, right? All the girls, you see everything but they public hairs, and they really, and it's like
public hairs.
That ever burn it back. It be real talk though. But you know what they doing? They trying to get the T Grizzlies and the Chef Boy and whoever coming boots it. They trying like, cause then they do this. I think it goes back to it's like Mike Epps said it. Let a regular person on the street call a woman a bitch. They gonna be like, but let Snoop, what's up, bitch? What's up, bitch? Oh, hey, Snoop. So then it's like, once again, nobody should be sexualized or touched. But then it goes back to you wearing it with intent for the right person.
Why you wear what you wear?
Like this?
Why are you gonna go out and all blinged out and like looking all like whatever?
Cause I'm from Florida. That's what we do.
But if somebody comes over and they're like,
stay your ass over there. I'm like,
I don't know. My point is I think it's a good question that you're asking.
No, that's that was a good one.
You have to think.
I want to answer that question. I dress how I dress because I like to get fly.
Yeah. Do you expect people to be like, "Damn, you look so good today"?
No,
I don't.
Sorry, that's kind of a weird.
I don't.
That was aggressive.
That's aggressive.
damn! Like my boy can't look good for himself. Damn, you just.
The way I turned, I was like, okay, wait a second.
Oh, you think you look good?
I didn't take it no way. I don't ever expect a compliment, but I always appreciate them. Like I don't go out. I don't ever get dressed and leave my house hoping that I get a compliment. Yeah. But it always feels nice. Like I like to look nice. Like I've always for me.
Yeah.
I'm dressing for me. But also I do want to look nice when I'm out. Like I'm single. Like I do want to look nice when I'm outside for whoever might think I'm attractive and might want my attention.
There's the truth. That's what you dress.
But even before that, like when I was married, when I would go out by myself, I'm getting as fly as I can. I'm smelling as good as I can because I like to look nice and I like to get fly and smell nice.
And I think too, it's like you said, it's a time and place for everything. Cause like y'all all know, I don't wear this shit all the time. I wear this shit for this. Maybe we stepping out, but like on a regular day, I'm not wearing all this shit because.
No, but you look decent every day.
But I also think I could say for me with the whole jewelry thing and just like the whole everything is like I've had unwanted attention. It mostly be going back to the old heads hating and shit. Like, bro, I could be sitting in a corner talking to myself, looking up at to start looking crazy as hell, and it'll be somebody want to start comparing prices and this and like, look, bro.
We gotta get you around some more older people, bro.
Bro.
I love the older people,
no,
man.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ones like I'm gonna give a shout out to Camel because that's why my uncle.
Can I say though?
What? Hold on, let me get my.
I was about to say, let me get a shout out.
All my uncles be over there. It's the dude said he was on Soul Train. He like 70 something.
Was that the dude that was dancing all
with the Jerry curl?
He danced like he was on something.
He also said wearing that Jerry curl made him reminisce back in the day when he had one. And he said it's always stayed wet.
What are you spraying there?
Oh no! What were you gonna say?
Oh, I don't know. I was about to.
I was gonna say something.
Oh, what was you gonna say?
I was something about the old heads.
No, like I said, like I don't want nobody over here thinking I'm just jaded and I just can't stand old heads. Because like I said, it's just been the ones that when I look to them for guidance or just give a little game, they would turn out to be haters. But like a lot of the old heads, they really looked out.
That's all he hangs out with. Woman does.
Does it come out of a place of fear or confidence?
It's because
You might have to come join us, bro. Come over here.
Like you just said, like women are aware of the dangers and everything that goes around as well, which I know that you guys or that women are as well.
Women are always worried of, like, we're always looking, like, you walk in a parking garage and you're looking, you know, even from you walking to the parking lot here, I'm like, dude, it's dark, I'm a woman, I'm checking myself, we're always looking, I have daughters, they carry pepper spray, like, it's always like, you always have to look out for ourselves and watch our back. So, like, when we get dressed, we do think of these things. Like, I know as a woman we think of these things. I know we think, but it doesn't make it okay. And then it sucks because as a woman, you hear people or women have reports, right? Stuff happens to us. And then they're like, well, you dressed that way, or they were doing this, or they did that. So just because we're a woman and we move a certain way doesn't mean that we deserve a certain treatment because this is what it is, you know? And then that's just not fair, and I think that's something that as a woman we do think often. Like, there's times where I've gone places and I haven't, this is crazy, I'm just going to say this, but I'm not going to give too many details. Like, I've gone places and because I look a certain way, it has not benefited me. You know, like, it has, like, gone wrong. And it's like, okay, you know, we're judged if we're this way or that way or whatever it is. So it's not fair that we sometimes even have to think about hiding our own selves and not showcasing who we are because maybe we know if I wear that, I'm going to attract this and that's not the vibe I'm trying to give. So let me downplay myself. Hell no. Like, it takes a lot for us to be like, I don't want to downplay myself. I shouldn't have to downplay myself to, one, make other people comfortable, and also because then I won't get that behavior. No. And that's old mindset. Like, that's old mindset that our parents were probably raised in, that we've had to overcome in this generation. Why so many women now are stand up and we're like, we're gonna proclaim who we are. We're gonna wear what we want. We're gonna be this way because we're tired of standing down. And then you still hear where people are still, stuff happens and people are treated a certain way, and then people are justified by it. Like, oh, they were allowed to do that because blah blah blah. Like, women still don't get, I don't think, what we deserve as women. And, you know, women, it's always because you're a woman you get this, or this happened to you because you're a woman, or this is that way, you know, you deserve that. Like, nobody deserves anything, and it's one of those things. So yeah, as a woman, you do pay attention to what you put on. You pay attention to who your surroundings. You have to. That's fair.
I guess when I was more so, everything you said is absolutely right. Like, you should be able to go outside and not be spoken to a way you don't want to be spoken to, and you should be able to live your life the way you dress how you want and go outside and be free to do what you want. I was more so speaking to the I guess, like, the expectation sounds like not the right word, but just like even saying everybody's human sounds wrong, but just like, you know what, even based on your, like, what you just said right now, it sounds like what you're saying is, like, no matter, like, even like a man going outside with his shirt off, like, he shouldn't be, like, a woman shouldn't be trying to say something to him or trying to touch his muscles at all. You know what I mean? And so, and that's probably my fault in the way I tabled the question, the way I presented it, because I was more so, like, presenting it like, well, on the flip side, if a man went outside, like, with his shirt off, or like with, like, a dude with muscles go outside with his shirt off, he already knows
what he's gonna get.
You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like what you're saying is, whether you're a man or a woman, which I agree with, whether you're a man or a woman, however you go outside, you should be able to go outside and not be subjected to certain conversations or certain comments or people trying to grab you or touch you or whatever, which I agree with.
I want you to take a moment and look at it from flip the script. If you say, a man goes outside with his shirt off, he knows the attention he's gonna get. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. If I walk down the street in a crop top and maybe some other type of outfit, like, you have to realize, like, I'll still get that attention. And maybe it's not even a crop top. Maybe it's just, I don't know, what I think is just an everyday chill outfit. I'll still get that attention. Is that fair?
No, not at all.
So you understand, like, you guys have that thought process. I'm gonna take my shirt off. I know what I'm getting. But a pretty girl can walk down the street, or any girl can walk down the street, still get that attention, no matter what she does.
She'd be wearing a bear suit. They still.
Yeah, and that's not fair. Do you understand? Like,
I agree. I 100%.
Like,
I understand.
I get that, but that's one of those things that people don't understand. It's like, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we wear. So there is a part of it that, yeah, it's like, fuck it. I'm going to get this with or without it. Why not be comfortable in who I want to be and how I want to present it? It doesn't make it better because you're still going to give this to me nonetheless, and that sucks. Because you guys know that if I wear my shirt off, then I'll get the attention. You may not get it presenting it like this right now. You might get some, right? But you're not going to get all of that. But we'll get all of that all the time.
I'll get attention. It won't be like over sexualized. And yeah, I'm with you.
I think one time we were out together, and I don't even think I was wearing a hot outfit. I had a guy come up and just rub up on me, full hand, just all the way down and run off.
That's not okay.
And I wasn't even wearing anything that was revealing.
It's very interesting.
I had my ex-girlfriend. She broke her leg, and she was at the mall, and I had to sit her down so I could go. Dude tried to holler. No, I'm just saying. She broke her leg. She was on crutches, bro. She had the. He was like, "What you doing?" She said, "Well, I can't go far." I'm just saying, dudes will talk to anything. Like, bro, she can't go nowhere.
It's true, but
It's true.
I think that's the answer in what we're looking for in this right now. Is the complexity of the danger. Women will do, like you said, we know that it's dangerous. We understand that. But I believe women's aura speaks more sometimes than what is necessarily what they should be. So sometimes your aura is just bigger than how you should be protected in a level. So in order for that to increase, you're gonna just say, fuck it, my aura is bigger than this, and whatever happens. And that I completely understand. Men just have that instilled in us because every day we're risking it. We know if we go outside for work or whatever it is, even if we're dressed to a certain two-way for work, if you just got the arm showing and just knees, or you know what I'm saying, we're going to get maybe sexualized a little bit as well too. But we also understand that because we're going to work or we're going to be pumping our arms, and we may not necessarily want that. Like me, I grew up an introvert. I played basketball too as well. It took me a minute to get the focus of being able to focus on the court and not wonder about what people were thinking about me the whole time. Yeah. And when I finally did, it was like, okay, it's just whatever. I understood going into it, okay, yeah, if I mess up, if I get a turnover or whatever it is, that's just going to be what people saw. And that's okay. But my energy was bigger than what people saw and what I care for. Because I might still go out and hit the game winner on top of that. It's just, I believe that since the vulnerability level for women is much higher, much higher than it is for men, just in the all general aspects of men and women. I think that's higher, and men's capacity to deal with the danger, the things that go into just making that conscious decision every day of, yeah, I'm going to dress like this, not necessarily because I even want to, because I have to go to job or whatever.
But that's different. So you're talking about two different things, though, which I do agree with you, but also in the sense that you don't have a man coming up and trying to attack you.
That is true. That is 100%
that's
true.
Different. So, like, in some sense, we have to worry about that stuff. And that's real. Like, that's a real thing. So I'm not saying that happens all the time to us, but it does happen, and that's something that we have to be consciously aware of in a different context, in some sense.
I think for the most part, a lot of women are aware.
They are. No, I think women are 100% aware, but that's also what I'm saying. Like, there's a part of it where we're just like, this happens to us no matter what we do.
And I think because I've had this conversation with a lot of women recently, I've come to realize that, like you said earlier, you guys just don't feel safe in today's day and age.
100%.
And it has a lot to do with the men, though.
It does.
As much as we don't like to talk about it, I talk to this with my bros all the time. As much as we don't want to admit this, there are certain things that transpire when we go out that we've all seen, that we can all agree on. That if we shouldn't have corrected, then someone definitely should have corrected that we've seen.
Right.
And it's the lack thereof and accountability of that. And so that spews over into treating the women.
But it doesn't even, it starts on that level and it even goes up higher.
Exactly.
In the higher levels right now when you watch media, no one's being held accountable for their actions. No one's being held accountable. So that's where everybody's following suit, right? It starts what you're saying at that level, checking each other, doing it, which is 100% right. But you go all the way up to what you see on social media, what you watch in the news. What man is being held accountable for what they've done?
That's, I can agree with you on.
Not rarely any.
I believe it's very rare. Accountability, even for men, especially ones who get to higher status, it's in and it's out. So it's all about imagery and entertainment after a certain point.
It is.
So I want to look accountable, but I'm still going to do X, Y, Z. It's an integrity thing. It just comes down to character, who that individual is. A lot of those guys that are at that level aren't going to be held accountable because they're at that level.
But if they're at that level not being held accountable, what makes other people think that somebody at a lower level is going to be held accountable?
That's a valid question.
Because that's what's happening.
That is very true. But then also on the flip side, you have people, because I hold my friends accountable, just like I mentioned earlier. Yeah. There's all been that time where we've seen those guys or do whatever, something go out. Now that doesn't happen when I'm out with my friends. Now if we go outside, because I used to do promotion and stuff too, we have to make women feel safe when we're out with us. If I have 10 to 15 to 20 girls with me and it's 7, 8 guys, we all have to understand as the 7 or 8 guys, without even really having to talk about this, that their protection and safety means the most. In order for our night to go efficiently, in order for the DJ and all that stuff to be spinning right, the girls have to be safe and having a fun and good time.
Yeah. So
I think when society, not just men, society can collectively, and it is hold them accountable, but when men can actually just develop the integrity to just be that without because that's what integrity is. It's when people aren't looking, and when the camera isn't on you, and when your image isn't up. I believe that when men sincerely develop that, you will be able to correct your brother and look him in his eyes and say, yeah, that's not right. And if you think that it is, we're going to tussle about it, or we're not going to be friends, or however you want to handle it, but we can't coexist, and we're not the same type of person because of that. Now, then we create separation. Now at least there's separation, then we know, okay, these are the type of people that are doing this. Now you stand over there, I'll stand over here. The women are over here with the comfortable guys, and you're over there doing what you can to try to get to any type of way, shape, or form to get to these women. Yeah. I think it's unfortunately a more moral thing, and it has to come from inside of each person. As much as we want to hold everyone accountable, and it's unfair that we can't hold everyone accountable too, because I do want to make that known too. I don't think that it is not fair. I agree with that as well. It's the want to do so, the want to actually just be better from within. Yeah. Because Flix could look at me and say, hey bro, I want you to be a better videographer, or I want you to be a better photographer. And I could look at him and say, yeah, I'll do it. But if I don't never take the time and study to do that, and I just come back weeks and weeks later and say, yeah bro, I've been getting better, he's going to be able to tell. As a photographer, as a content person, he's going to be like, you didn't get any better. It's just, I have to have that actual want and will to do it, to where once I start doing it, he'll see like, oh, dang, you really been hounding in on doing what you're doing. And once we get that, and we have a support system as well behind that, which is other brothers who believe that way, or you surround yourself, remove yourself from sometimes those club events that he's in. Even like you were saying earlier, you removed yourself, right, from all of that stuff because it was just the best thing to do. Mm-hmm. Your aura and energy was just too big to be confined into whatever little system was going on in that. You just got to move out and go to where it's comfortable for you. And I believe that we all have to do that more as human beings in order to make women feel more comfortable. Just in women's comfortability alone, because I hear this constantly. Daily, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis within the nonprofit organization, photography, videography, promotion. I talk to a lot. And it's concerning, especially in the nightlife, where you hear it so much. And we know that it's an ongoing issue, but it's like, what is the plan? But this is what we've been talking about. That how can we get down to this? And the answer is do better. just be better internally. We all just have to be better people 100%. And hold each other actually accountable. And if you don't want to hold a person accountable, don't let them be too close to you. You don't want to be known as the person. You don't want to be too close or guilty by association. You want to be able to separate yourself from those that are not like you in whatever way, shape, or form it is.
Facts.
It could be something small, from style or fashion, to something big like philosophy. So I just think the genuineness and the authenticity of it needs to be 100% there, and you have to just want to do it. And teamwork, unity, and the willpower, more or less.
100%.
Great.
I got smoked up. See, I knew we needed to bring you on camera.
Bro, you about to get a Grammy. You about to get nominated with this one.
Bro, because I was sitting there listening the whole time like, damn, I really understand this. But I'm like, I have this conversation with my aunts, aunties, a lot of just different women in the community, and I asked them specifically, okay, why do you feel that way? What is it that makes you feel? Because women do a great job of acting like that's not the case a lot of the time. Now, granted, it's very apparent sometimes, but there's a lot of times where you two may be together.
I don't think I've ever talked to him about any of this before. So it's like, you just kind of...
It's like sometimes you just turn your brain off, and that's what I hear too. Just little things. When you're comfortable with whoever it is that you're with, it's the protection factor. It's a lot of those things, but sometimes you just turn off your brain. And I've heard that too. It's like, okay, and I ask, because the turn off your brain thing for me only equates to you're really, really comfortable with this person, but you also just expressed to me that it's hard out here for you, and you're very vulnerable every day. So I'm like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I agree.
It's one of those things that you have to understand, like, it's not something I necessarily talk to him about, but it's just, as a woman, it becomes your way of, it's just life. Like, this is just life. Like, that's just the way it is. There's nothing else I could say. I mean, I think what you said is good, and that's the way it needs to continue to create that change in holding people accountable, and having more of that. I think that's where the start is. But I think for us, like, you're like, oh, yeah, we don't talk about it because it's life. It's life. Like, it's okay. That's you learn it, and it sucks. Like, that's it. It's like, where did it come from? It's like, well, it's life. Like, it's the way things have kind of always kind of happen. Little things, odds, ends here and there. Like, it's just life. So it's like, it's not ever talked about because, unfortunately, that's just the way it has been. Not to say it does need to change.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think conversations like these, we're gonna, there's some of like the first steps in the right direction of making that change. I don't often hear, and I'm not trying to big up our podcast too much, you know what I mean? But maybe I should.
No, you should, because
I feel like I don't often hear these conversations much, especially like on podcasts these days. A lot of it is just about like oh, well,
it's usually the opposite.
Like, oh, who should like gender roles, and like should you go 50-50 on bills? And it's like, okay, like we could talk about that all day, but I feel like conversations like these are the conversations that need to be had as far as like pushing certain conversations forward. 100%.
That's what I've been. Hey, look,
my dog.
I forgot who put it, but said somebody in San Diego they listed all the Dago podcasts and they ain't tag you with it. I'm like, bro, what's up with that, bro? Look,
they don't never tag you. Bro.
I told Flix, what I tell you when I got on here? I said we finna shake some shit up. I'm just glad you know. I'm glad you.
I will say, what's that? When that stuff do happen, like it do make me feel good that like a few of the other platforms that's in town that do got like a cool following, they be hitting me like, yeah, they need to be tagging you, bro. Like your podcast over there rocking. Oh, bro. So I just take it's like my peers and like certain people in the city know what's going on over here. That's all I care about, bro. That's all.
Like I said, we know they see you because you got with the damn, what's his name?
Jared Dudley.
You got 35.7 thousand, 35.7 thousand. So they know you out here. Mm-hmm. We gonna get you right.
Oh, we gonna be rocking.
I feel like this was right here.
No, I love these conversations.
I can't wait to see what this one do.
Like, this is literally how, being a life coach, these are topics I talk about 24/7, and then coaching people in it. And then we talk, like, we actually have a lot of
conversations.
Like, where I'm like, dude, our conversations are usually always deep. like that's one of the things with him. Like we're always deep.
And I think that's the problem right now, especially in this time.
I was like, wait, what?
That's the thing. Folks don't want to talk about a lot of things. I mean, yeah, you kind of got to be careful because we do got jobs. You got to watch out for censorship and all this other stuff. But like this topic that y'all just had, that was a really good topic that doesn't get talked about. Mm-hmm. And like you said, without going into a whole nother topic, but like the substitute teacher, we brought it up. I don't even think we talked about it. The studstitute. That's what they call it. Basically, gist of what getting on to
I
that.
haven't seen that. That's good. Studstitute.
She got fired or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
She was recording the kids at the school. Boom, 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 boom. It was people defending her, talking about the kids probably, because in the video she like, they looking at me. They looking at me.
No, she was
right
on a girl.
But I'm saying some people was justifying, well, maybe the little girl was looking at her. Maybe the kids was looking at her. Well, first off, she looked like a little bitty boy, man. She about 4'11". She the same size.
You can't say boy, man.
He
can't say a lot of things he says.
Look, bro, all I'm saying.
I don't even know if I should even laugh at it. This nigga said boy,
bro,
man.
you see it. Go look at her. You gonna be like, hey, little man. Like, that's what she... Look, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, the point I'm making is, she made the video, she recorded, and everybody was like, "What? Why the hell are you a substitute? Why are you recording kids?" And people were still trying to defend it, like, "Well, the kids shouldn't have been doing this." Like, those are kids. So it goes back to the thing with the women. Like, that's like when kids get jammed up in certain stuff. Well, that kid should have been messing with grown people. Well, that kid shouldn't be. Just like, no, that's still. It don't matter. A child, they might not have their mind right, but your old ass should know.
I think you guys have this goes. I don't want to go too long into it, but like this goes into the whole sense that I always tell you that like everything is a belief system. Everything that we do is belief, right? So if belief is basically you're gonna constantly prove this fact to be true some way, somehow, right? Subconsciously or consciously. And so I say that in the sense that you don't realize it, and it's been proven. I don't think we talked about enough that you actually are born in some sense with some of your belief systems. And so if we're saying like, how do we change it, right? And you're saying awareness and doing this, which is the right thing. You also have to look at some of this has been programmed into it. Our traumas are programmed into us. Did you know that? Like you take the trauma from your parents when you come in. So if something happened to, let's say, my mother at any point in her life, and then I'm born, I'm going to take on that trauma. So then my mindset is going to carry that trauma exactly throughout my life until I process and heal and realize where it came from for my family line or whatever it is. And that goes in the same sense that people are going to keep treating people in the ways that they treat them because, and I'm not making excuses because it has to change, but it has to change on that mindset way, not just by actions, right? And that's where people are like, well, we're going to do this action, we're going to create a change. We're going to do this action, we're going to change. And like, it's not the actions, it's the belief systems that we have to get to the root of and changing. And that's where you're talking, and it has to be the belief system that changes because men and women, right? Men are probably, some men, not all, you guys, great, not all, but some men are born with a belief system, this is okay because, again, they take it on from their line, right? And so you have to get back to the belief systems and rechanging that. I don't know how that came through right now, but...
It did. No, I'm with you.
I think that's smart, because, or it's not smart, it's true. This being aware to something is only just the beginning. Like causing awareness to something or controversy. That's why everybody.
It's the beginning of change.
Exactly. It's the very first step. It's like accountability. They always say accountability is the first step. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's awareness. Sometimes bringing awareness to a problem is the first step because that makes people make a decision. It's one, do I care about this? And then two, if I do care, what am I going to do about it? If I care that much to do anything about it. So then you go from there. Like you said, it's deprogramming. You have to deprogram yourself to believe what we've been traumatized with for sometimes 30, 40 years. And that's hard to do in 6 months, in 7 months, in a year, in 3 years, in 10 years. It's hard to do that. Yeah. But that's why I say unity too. I believe that we are creatures of habit. And so once we see one good thing go off, it's almost, I don't want to say people are going to fall in line because it's never that simple. Mm-hmm. But I believe the more that we get people to deprogram themselves and program what they want to believe as the grown and full confident version of themselves, I believe that's where things start changing completely.
Yeah, I agree.
And once you get there, then we're just gonna have to figure out where we go from there, because that's just another piece of the everlasting step of changing the process.
Right.
But I wholeheartedly agree, because that's what I like to do. I'm a natural solutionist. Like, I hate too many problems at once. I deal with too many sometimes in a day. So there will be times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this on hold later, and this may not even be the right solution, but I'm gonna do it right now because of time, maybe for time purposes. I may be doing something else completely different. Because I know that still has to get done, I'm not going to negate something else in the process. I'm not going to stop my next scheduled thing either. I'm just going to wait till the right time is for that. I'm just going to do it solution based, though. I can't. It's getting to where I'm getting older now, because I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 in March 12th. I can't go throughout my days with there being too many problems, because it creates a mindset for me that's actually very triggering. It takes me back to, because I've came so far from where I used to be, if I am not progressive enough in a day, or if I don't do enough in a day, it tends to sometimes, if it's for, I would say more than 48 hours for sure. Mm-hmm. If it's more than 48 hours, I'll kind of get back to thinking, okay, you're reverting back to who you used to be. And I may not be necessarily doing that. I may just need a mental break. Mm-hmm. I may have been dealing with too much, but my mind sometimes will do that. Mm-hmm. And I have to fight myself, like, no, that's not happening just because things are slowing down. But that's what I mean in character development. Like, I still know that that's a thing, but I'll still wake up and do everything that I have to do. I still go work with my nonprofit organization. I'll still go take care of my grandmother, whatever it is that I have to do. Because our mind does fool us sometimes, especially when we're trying to deprogram it. It's kind of wanting to go back to what is familiar with it already. So it's like, it wants to lean on something, but it's because sometimes that journey is so scary, so it needs something to lean back on, and a bridge of familiarity is something to lean on. And sometimes we just don't need that. We need to just keep going and keep moving on. And that's kind of what I've programmed myself to do, honestly. It's been these past 2-3 years have been very, very rough for me. Very, very rough. And I literally had to tell myself in the mirror, like 2 months ago, you can't let nothing else deter you unless you die. Unless you go 6 feet in the ground, there's nothing else that can stop you now. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. And kind of just is this. That's where I'm at now. I'm consciously looking to solve problems. I'm consciously looking to do the next thing, not because it's the best thing to do, but because it's creating a better version of me. And I feel it. I feel it weighing on me, and I'm being pulled in those directions. Mm-hmm. So 100%. Just that character development, I believe, matters the most, because we don't know what comes from that, which means we don't know what solutions can be fixed. Mm-hmm. You're just as unique as me. She's just as unique as me. You're just as unique as me, if not more unique than me. Mm-hmm. What makes us so unique is that we're all our own entity and our own different version of whatever it is.
1,000%. I rock with that all day. 1,000%.
And if you can get 8 billion people to be unique, then think about that. But we'll say that for another day. That's a long.
I heard it.
Are we doing a part 2? Is there a part 2 on the way?
I was just about to say I had a couple more topics, but I think that's the perfect way to leave it right there.
I say we go for part 2 next week.
I knew I needed to bring Bo on camera, bro. I knew I needed to. But anyway.
I was like, what were the other topics?
Part 2 on the way.
We're going to leave it right there. We're gonna tackle the next topics next episode. Shoot, matter of fact, if Isabel and if y'all free, I'd like to bring both of y'all back, and we could do this again next week.
Yeah, let's do a part 2, because this definitely going to get you views.
Show.
I knew I wanted Florida jerseys for a reason.
I just want more of the conversation. I'm loving this. This is how we need to be doing the podcast.
I guess I got to start wearing my Florida jerseys now. I wore this and then look at all this shit in it, bro. This ain't never.
Bring out the Florida apparel.
Start bringing some Kodak shit out.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
But on that note, man, we gonna go ahead and sign out, man. It's been another episode of the Ain't Got It Yet podcast. This is episode 106. I'm Michael Flix.
I'm Redd.
I'm just Isabel.
I'm Demarie.
Isabel Demarie, we appreciate y'all joining us on the podcast. It's been a dope conversation. One of the dopest conversations